Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chicken Possible with Rewards Hunter, back with another Xbox Game Pass weekly quest guide. I've also got a giveaway that's going on this week, so stay tuned to the end of the video for info on that. So today we're going to be working on the quest for The Sims 4, and it's worth 250 rewards points. This is a weekly quest, so we need to finish it before next Tuesday, the 21st, and we need to have 10 bladder fails, although it says 7 here, and I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes. But have 10 bladder fails within The Sims, and this one is available on the cloud, so if you want to play it that way, you can. I'm going to be playing the downloaded version here on my Series S console. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. While romance is in the air, we'll be working on bladder fails in this game. So I think they've chosen this because there is a lot of romance that can happen in The Sims, but unfortunately that's not one of the stats that they can really track as far as the game goes. So let's do this for the quest instead. So let's go ahead and get this one started. We've done this one a couple of times in the past, so it's going to look familiar to a lot of you all, but let's go ahead and press A to get started. And I'm going to be starting with a brand new game. Feel free to play with an existing character if you want to, but I'm going to be going down to the new game option on the right side of the screen here. All right, so we're going to set up our new character, so let's choose No Thanks here. And then we're going to press A to start changing the identity of our character. So we're going to move over to the right and press the die to randomize the name, or you can type in a name if you want to, but I'm going to randomize both the first name and the last name, and then move down to the aspiration and press A, and then select an aspiration here. I'm just choosing athletic. And then you can pick your traits or move over to the right to randomize the traits. So these are the things we have to do to set up the identity of our character. And then you can just press B and then move down and then all the way over to the bottom right corner of the screen. There's a check mark over there that says play, so pick that. And then we'll press A one more time to get started with our brand new character. So the first thing we're going to do is choose Willow Creek as our world here. So that's the first option there on the left. And then we're going to go down to the bottom right to Streamlit Single and pick that. So we start out with $20,000 or 20,000 simoleons, and this house costs about 15,000 of those. So we'll have some money left over. So let's confirm, and we'll make sure it's a furnished house, and then we'll just press A a few more times to get started. So because this is a furnished house, we're going to have to make just a couple of changes, but we'll get to that in just a second. So first I want to talk about the controls in this. If you haven't used The Sims before, basically you don't move your character around with your left stick. Instead, you move your cursor, and you can also change where the camera is sort of viewing currently. So if you push over to the left side of the screen, you can move the camera to where it sort of pans over to the left. And then if you move over to the right side of the screen and push on the right side, it'll move over to the right. And then same thing at the top and the bottom. You can move kind of forward or backward with the camera. Now the right stick is going to rotate the camera around the sort of fixed center point that you're looking at. And then if you push up and down, you'll be able to zoom in and out with your right stick. So let's go ahead and move our camera to where we can see inside of the house here, and we can see our character. He's moved inside, and he's going to kind of move on his own and do his own thing. You can see he's kind of reading right now. We can have him walk to different areas by kind of double clicking with our cursor and choosing go here. So you can control him to a certain extent, but to a certain extent he's going to move around in his little simulated life and do what he does. So you can see he's continuing to read his book right now. So we'll work more on that in just a second. But right now we need to make sure that we work on the bladder fails. So the problem is our toilet. We need to get rid of the toilet. So what we're going to do is go up to the upper right with this little hammer and wrench here and select build mode. So that'll change us into the build mode here. We can hit our right trigger to get past the challenges. And we're going to press A on the toilet to select it. And then we're going to press Y to sell the toilet. So that'll get rid of it and make sure that our sim is never going to be able to use the toilet inside of this house because it no longer exists. And now we can go out of build mode. We'll go back to the live mode. So select that at the upper right, and we'll go back into live mode and see more of his simulated life happen here. So now we're going to move to where we can see the kitchen area. So kind of work with those camera controls like I mentioned a little while ago with your left stick and right stick to where you can see the kitchen pretty well. You should have a sink that's in the kitchen, so make sure you can see the sink really easily. So what we can do with the sink is we can press A on that and then choose Get Water, which is on the left side. So what our sim is going to do is walk over to the sink, he's going to pour himself a glass of water, and then he's going to take that somewhere in the house and start drinking that. So that's great. So we're well on the way to our bladder failures that we need to get now. And another thing about the failures, you can see at the lower right corner, there's a needs icon that's down there. You can kind of monitor this. You can monitor the bladder icon at the upper left and see kind of where he's at. So that's one way you can kind of see how the bladder failures, how you're making progress towards those. So press B to get out of the needs menu here. And then another thing we want to pay attention to or look at is at the bottom of the screen here, you can control the speed. You can see we're at normal speed right now, but if we go over to the right, we can use ultra speed. You can also control the speed with the left and right bumpers on your controller. So we're at ultra speed now, so we're speeding up the process. And basically this is what we need to do. We're just going to kind of keep repeating this process of getting water and making sure that the speed stays at ultra speed, because we need to have this happen 7 times. So like I mentioned at the beginning, it says that the quest is for 10 bladder failures, but it actually at the moment, I don't know if they'll fix this or not, but at the moment it's actually set at 7 instead of 10. So that makes our work a little bit easier. We don't have to do it as many times. Basically what we want to do here is just keep having him have these bladder failures, and this will probably take about 15 minutes or so for you to complete. That's how long it took for me. And you'll want to keep monitoring this. You'll want to keep having him drink water and keep monitoring to make sure that the speed stays at ultra speed, which it may change sometimes. It did change for me back to normal speed a few times, so I'll show that here in a minute. But basically you want to keep him inside of the house. Don't let him go out for any social events or anything. And you can also monitor this. If you go to the Game Pass app, you can see how much progress you've made. So you can see I've got 1 out of 7 so far. So I'm 14% of the way finished. And just make sure that that speed always stays on ultra speed and that you keep having him get water. It's okay if he goes over and takes a shower or, does other activities. Sleeping is not really ideal. He tends to try to do that a lot because after, 7 times, we're getting through an entire 24-hour period. So he gets to where he needs to start going to sleep. So that is going to happen. He's going to try to sleep on the couch. He'll try to sleep on the bed. You could consider getting rid of the bed and the couch if you want to, but I didn't show that here in this video. So you can see he's taking a nap on the couch. And after he finishes his nap, he kind of wakes up, and I actually got an achievement right there, the introvert achievement for having the sim do nothing for 24 hours. And actually completed another weekly quest right at that moment for earning an achievement in a Game Pass game. So that may be a possibility for you as well if you haven't already earned that achievement in this game. But every time when your sim wakes up from sleeping, you'll notice that the speed changed there, so it went back to normal speed. So you might have to keep adjusting to get it back to the ultra speed. But that is the main thing to pay attention to, and pay attention to making sure that he gets plenty of water so that he keeps having to go, and you will get closer to the 7 bladder failures that you need. So I didn't show all 7 of the bladder failures here. I cut out quite a bit, but like I said, it should take you about 15 minutes or so to get this completed. Just make sure you kind of are monitoring what's going on screen and make sure that the speed stays up so that you'll finish it as quickly as you can. So that is pretty much it for The Sims 4. So we can go ahead and turn that in and get the 250 rewards points for that. So I'm going to have another guide coming out for the Bard's Tale a little bit later on today, and we'll work on the weekly reward set. So I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I was doing a giveaway this week. So this is going to be for 3 copies of a game called Kingdom Rush, and this is a cool new tower defense sort of strategy game that they've just released, and it's just become available on the Xbox Store. Thanks to Ironhide Game Studio for sharing these copies with us, with the Rewards Hunter community. So I'm going to be giving away these 3 copies at the end of the month. And basically all you need to do is go ahead and share a Rewards Hunter video with someone that you know. So it could be this video, it could be any of the Bard's Tale guides that we've got released lately, just whichever video you want to share, and you can share it however you want to. You can just tell them about it, you can show it to them on your phone, share it with them on Discord or a text message or on Facebook or however you want to communicate with them. But after you've done that, just come back here, post a comment on this video letting me know that you shared something with a friend or a family member. And then also I've got a Google form that you need to fill out, and basically all you're going to do on the Google form is just tell me your gamer tag, and the only reason that I ask for that is so that I can send the code to you if you do win. I can just send it directly to you after you win the giveaway. So like I said, 3 codes to give away. Just share a video, post a comment here, and then fill out the Google form, and you'll have a chance at winning one of the copies of Kingdom Rush. And so I'm looking forward to giving these away to a few people. So thanks for checking out this video, and good luck in the giveaway. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found that video helpful, please be sure to click the subscribe button here on YouTube and hit the bell for notifications. You can also find some helpful links in the description if you want to stay connected. Stay tuned for more Microsoft rewards and achievement guides, and I'll see you in the next one.